See if anybody watches. We're live. All right. My little thing here. Oh, one person's here. Hello, one person. I don't know who you are. Third hour. Say hello.
Hi, people.
Hello. Some of them are in band, so we're very short today. We are, as you should know, doing the Chapter 7 review today. Tomorrow we will play the review game in class. And so remote people, you can study on your own. And then Thursday is the test. So we are on Chapter 7, Section 1. Here we go. I will remind you to get credit on your study guides. You need complete sentences, and you need at least 3 on your essay. There's an essay on every study guide, of course. Here we go. Number 2. Who was New York's most famous political boss? Boss Tweed. I will take this opportunity to remind you that last names are okay. All right. So, but Tweed, that's okay. William Tweed is okay. Boss Tweed is okay. Okay, because that is like became such a common nickname for him that people that was how he was known. Just like Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods is not Tiger Woods' real name, but if you put Tiger Woods on a test, that would count. Okay? So, last names are fine. First names are not. First name and last name, obviously, but you got to get them right. So, who's the first president? You put Washington, you get it right. You put George, you get it wrong. You put George Washington, you get it right. Put Bill Washington, you got it wrong. All right, here we go. What's a spoil system? Aiden. Political supporters are rewarded with jobs or what? What was the last word you said? Favors. Basically, it's the idea of when you're elected president or governor or mayor or whatever, you give important jobs to people who are your friends or who gave you money instead of people who could actually do the job well. Number 4. 3 acts passed in an attempt to regulate big businesses. Bree, name one. Sherman Antitrust Act is right. Aiden, name one. Pendleton Act. Interstate Commerce Act. Sherman Antitrust Act, Pendleton Act, Interstate Commerce Act. There are more, but those were the 3 I expected you to say and that I was looking for. So yes. Number 5 on Section 1, the 17th Amendment. All the 7th grades got to know that tomorrow. We got an amendment quiz. Bree. Election of senators. Yeah, instead of the state Congress picking your senators, now we get to vote. Not you, you're not old enough, but I get to vote.
Yeah, right.
Vote for senators, that'll change that law. Just kidding, you can't vote. All right, now. Number 6, 2 famous muckrakers and described ways in which they exposed corruption in society. Bree knows one. Ida Tarbell. What did she do? She basically exposed that the oil business was corrupt. Yeah. Upton Sinclair. He's the guy who wrote about there being rats and rat poop and maggots and human body parts in lunch meat. And so he got that changed. So yes, those are 2 perfectly good ones. Section 2. Nope, essays, I'll check in breakfast or lunch, or if you want to email me at home. Section 2, I will tell you right now, you have to have all 4 essays, 3 sentences each to get credit on your study guide. But I'm going to tell you right now, as I just wrote the test this morning for online, and we take it online here, Section 2, number 10, that's your essay on the test. Why was gaining the right to vote important to women? That is your test essay, so be ready for that one. Here we go. Number 2, how did the role of middle-class women change around the turn of the 19th and 20th century? 19th century is the 1800s, the 20th century is the 1900s. So in the late 1800s, early 1900s. Brandon.
Women could now vote. They could teachers nurses, doctors, and other fields.
Sure, that's exactly right. They now had employment opportunities. They can now vote. They had more free time, leisure time, whatever you want to call it, for sure. Number 3, 2 famous women suffragists. Bree, name one. Paul, is that what you said? Shaw. Anna Howard Shaw is correct. Okay. Paul, P-A-U-L, which I just said, is also correct, which is what I thought you said. They sound alike. Alice Paul, yeah.
Jane Addams.
Jane Addams, of course. Carrie Chapman Catt, of course. There's 4. You need 2. What's a temperance crusade? What is a temperance crusade? Bree. Yeah, they tried to get alcohol made illegal. It worked, obviously, too. Number 6, don't get too complicated with that. What did women's clubs hope to accomplish? You could just put better rights for women or women's right to vote. Okay, you don't have to get. I did skip number 5. Name a women's club and their leader. Bree. Mary Church Terrell. She was in charge of which club? Mary Church Terrell, National Association of Colored Women. Okay, the other one on their list, yeah.
Francis. She was in charge of the WCTU.
WCTU, Frances Willard, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. American Women Suffragists was Cat. There's also the Phyllis Wheatley Club. All right. 6 we already did. 7, what were some reasons opponents to women's suffrage gave for not believing women should vote? They said, Bree. Lead to divorce. Upset the natural balance. They also said it would lead to the neglect of children, which again is made up nonsense reasons. They're not good reasons. It doesn't say that. Okay, I vote every year, sometimes in different elections, and like my kids are fine. I don't, like I said, I don't lock them in a cage and like, 8, which state first allowed women to vote? Yes, Wyoming. 9, which amendment allowed women? Brandon. The 19th Amendment. In what year did that take effect? 1920. Okay. It was passed by the House in 1918, by the Senate in 1919. It took effect in 1920. I'll take any of those 3 years as that answer, though. 18, 19, or 20. Section 3. Number 2, name 3 things Teddy Roosevelt believed in as president. 3 beliefs of Teddy Roosevelt. Yeah. Conservation. That's a good one, important one. Protecting wildlife and animals. So we could kill them, but still, he wanted to protect them until he shot them. Yeah. Regulation of business. Good one. Natural resources, same thing though, yeah. Regulating trust, regulating business, conservation. Food, like health and safety inspections and regulations. That was a big one, like not having thumbs in your bologna, like we've talked about. Okay, he believed that. 3, how did Roosevelt's reaction to labor disputes differ from previous presidents? What was different? We talked about before striking workers, and they would call the army or they would call the cops, and they would come and make people work. What did Roosevelt do that was different?
He made it to where if they wanted to quit, they could quit.
Right, he took the side of the workers is all you need to know, okay? And if he called in the army, he called them in to make the business owners negotiate, not to point guns at people to make them mine coal, which again, we talked about last week is one of the nuttiest things I can imagine. The idea that like if you try to quit your job or try to work for better rights, they would come and point a gun at you until I, like to make me teach social studies, like at gunpoint, which is weird. Not only that, but sometimes they shot them. Like, hey, point a gun, mind that call. They'd be like, no, and they would shoot people. Like that's anyway. On what issues did Roosevelt and Taft disagree by 1912? Yeah. Say that again. The regulation of businesses is one. On 218, the second paragraph, it says the two main issues progressives and Taft disagreed on were blank and blank. 218, second paragraph. That wasn't. I got time. Not going to make for a fun video for these people, but.
What pages?
218, second paragraph. I hope, because I didn't look. I just said that. So I was trying to do that for memory. It's going to make even worse video if that's the wrong page. I just told you. Breeze getting there. The two, yes. Keep reading. It should literally say the two. Conservation and tariffs. Tariffs, conservation. Okay. Trust busting would be another one. What was the name of the political party that supported Roosevelt, created by Roosevelt, for the 1912 election? Brandon. Bull Moose Party or Progressive Party. Those are the same thing. Progressive Party was the official name, of course. Bull Moose is what they were called. Number 6, two policies, laws, or acts, or even commissions that he created of the Square Deal. Two laws passed or acts created or commissions created in the Square Deal. Let's see here. Square Deal. That is on 216. Yes. Say that again. Meat Inspection Act. That's a good one. Again, thumbs in baloney. Bad. Yes. Pure Food and Drug Act. Those are two on the same subject, but that's two, definitely. The U.S. Forest Service would be a good one. National Conservation Commission would be a good one. There's a bunch throughout Section 3. Number 7, how did the Square Deal affect American business? Basically just made them follow safety rules and regulations is what I was going for there. So something like that. Here we go. Finally, Section 4. 3 groups discriminated against by white Protestant Americans during this time. The KKK, in other words. Yes. Jews, Catholics, immigrants, African Americans, Asians, Mexican Americans, mentions. Basically, everybody that's not white. So you just got to pick 2 and name that. Name 2 famous African American civil rights leaders of this time. Brandon knows one. Booker T. Washington. Yes. W.E.B. Du Bois. Number 5. In what ways did the KKK abuse minority groups? Yeah.
This is the one where we have to name the groups, right?
No, number 2 is the one where you need to name the groups. Number 5 is just how did they abuse them? Bree. Lynching, had them removed from their jobs. Yeah, go ahead, Aiden. Terrorize them. Burn crosses on their lawn famously. Yeah. Threatened. Tried to prevent them from voting is a good one. Literally at the most basic level, they murdered thousands of them, of African Americans. 2 famous African American women and explain how they help people. Bree, go ahead. Okay, working backwards. She said Lena Paul created the Penny Savings Bank, the St. Luke's Penny Savings Banks, which is true. And then the other one was Ida Wells, right? She tried to stop lynching, which is when people were dragged out of their house and hanged or burned. And she got in trouble for that. Imagine that. Like a bunch of people were murdering people. She named the people that were murdering people and said, hey, these people are murderers. And then she got in trouble. They ran her out of town. She also wrote a book called The Red Record, as Bree said. Anything else? All right, I'm going to say goodbye to the YouTubers, whether you're the two of you that are watching live or somebody else watching later. Google Classroom or email or remind if you have questions for me about the test. If not, they're just review tomorrow. I won't have a video or anything tomorrow. And then the test is Thursday. See you later. Bye.